Welcome back to University Speaks, the show by students for students. I'm Maria Dibut.
And I'm Anthony Ramos. Today's show is centered around the holidays and how UNLV and the Las Vegas community is giving back.
We are even going to have an in-studio interview with a member from Project 150, a nonprofit organization located here in Las Vegas.
UNLV is getting back into the spirit of giving with the return of the holiday card. UNLV faculty and staff began raising money for student scholarships through a program called the Holiday Card Scholarship Campaign.
This holiday tradition started 54 years ago and is hoping to expand its purpose to incorporate faculty and staff to donate student scholarships. So far, the Faculty Club Endowed Scholarship Fund has $100,000 and over $60,000 has been awarded to UNLV students. If you want to become part of the tradition, you can add your name to the card through the Rebel Racer website.
The UNLV Office of Service and Learning has held their latest Delivering and Serving Hope, otherwise known as DASH event, where they made and donated over 1,000 sandwiches with the help of over 120 volunteers. Their last 6 events have surpassed their goals. They hope that by addressing programs of hunger and poverty with UNLV students and others who experience homelessness, they can make a positive difference in the homeless community. Their last DASH event will be sponsored with nothing but bundt cakes. If you would like to sign up, you visit unlv.edu/dash.com.
Greenspun College of Urban Affairs is also doing its part for the community when they held the 2021 Nevada Homeless Youth Summit. Our reporter Sydney Lum has more.
I'm here in front of the auditorium where the Southern Nevada Youth Homelessness Summit is being held. Nevada Partnership with Homeless Youth is a service provider that offers many programs and services.
You have your family reunification, you have your transitional housing or their independent living program, they have an emergency shelter.
Along with these services being provided to the public, there are also summits held every year that touch on crucial topics.
The way that I'm seeing it is like a culmination of anything that happened in the previous summits and also anything that's happened in that year in between the summits. So last year we had a virtual summit. There were a couple different panels for that, one about COVID, one about anti-racism, and that was almost like I never want to take the summits as like just a teaching moment, but also like there needs to be an action piece with that.
Organizations such as the Nevada Partnership for Homeless Youth help many people who find themselves in hard situations.
What my first impression of them was when I myself was in a homeless situation and I didn't know where to go. I was given a list of places to call and they were the only people that answered, so I was like, I guess I'm going with you. I didn't really think anything of it when I got to their drop-in center, but their drop-in center is actually in a neighborhood. It's literally like 2 houses combined. And I still didn't really think anything of it, but I went in and I talked to the receptionist, and I sat down and I waited for a case manager to take me to do my intake, and I could hear somebody singing in the back, and that was my first okay, so this is that kind of place.
I'm Sydney Lum reporting for University Speaks.
Anthony, I love how involved our college is with the rest of the Las Vegas community. I think it's amazing.
I agree. And you can tell it's coming from a genuine place. It's not like, we're doing it to get anything from it or anything like that. These people genuinely want to do it.
We are a university center.
Yeah.
In the Las Vegas community. So the fact that we're doing that, it's amazing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with Thanksgiving right around the corner, it's important to remember those in need. And one nonprofit is doing just that in a rather unique way.
Our organization started in 2011 by our co-founders who are natives here, and they went to Clark High School. They actually came upon this news article that said Rancho High School students, 150 of them, did not have the basic necessities over winter break. They decided to donate to this school. That then became on the news, and next thing you know it, there's a whole bunch of other schools contacting our co-founders.
And from there, Project 150 began and has since grown, serving the communities of Las Vegas and Reno.
Now we are in 75 high schools, and that's including rural areas, and giving them the basic necessities of food, hygiene, clothing, and school supplies.
Many high school students enrolled in school districts across Nevada struggle to come across basic necessities such as food, clothing, school supplies, and personal hygiene products. While their peers in lower education levels have more access to resource agencies, high school students are often left in the dark, wondering what to do next.
We decided to focus on high school students because we felt that that was the targeted area that was being missed. It was a group of students who were overlooked.
On a daily basis, students can come and shop at Betty's Boutique, Project 150's in-office resource facility. The boutique offers students a wide variety of perishable and non-perishable food items, school supplies, hygiene products, and of course, stylish new looks.
Our students and their families have access to a variety of resources in just one location. So our students can come and shop at our Betty's Boutique, same office as our regular working hours, and that is being able to get clothing, hygiene, food, and school supplies all for free. All they have to do is show their student ID.
Project 150 offers high school students more than just everyday essentials. They offer a sense of belonging and a chance for development through their various workshops.
Our workshops are provided on a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday basis. They can sign up online just by going to our website, as well as being able to access our virtual opportunities.
And to top it all off, the organization partners with schools, community leaders, and social workers to ensure that students have transportation to and from school.
All right, to tell us a little bit more about Project 150 and their efforts to help youth in our community, I'm joined now by Senya Roybal, Project Manager and Youth Council co-founder for Project 150. Senya, how's it going today?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well. So can you tell me a little bit about the history of Project 150? When did it start? How did it start?
Yeah, of course. So we started in 2011 with one high school, Rancho High School. They did not have the necessities they needed for the 2 weeks for 150 students. So they didn't have food or hygiene or clothing, which are obviously basic necessities that these students need over winter break. So our co-founders decided to give back to that school. That became on the news, and next thing you know, we're in 72 high schools now, currently servicing over 6,000 students.
Awesome. So it kind of just blew up from there. It turned into something big. Are you guys stay in, as you mentioned in the story, you guys are just Las Vegas and Reno, correct?
Correct. Yes, just Nevada, Las Vegas, Reno.
Okay, perfect. Tell me a little bit about what you do as far as the organization goes. What is your title and as far as your efforts in the organization?
Of course. So I'm the programs manager and youth council co-founder, as you mentioned. So as a manager, I work with all the programs that we have of our holiday meal assistance, our scholarship program, our caps and gown services, and any other kind of entity in which we don't necessarily provide on a regular basis. And so we work with our community partners to make sure we're providing those further assistance to our students.
Okay, awesome. Talk to me a little bit more about the community partners, because I know while we were doing the actual interview, you mentioned that you guys get donations almost every single day. Talk to me a little bit about that process. How do you guys get the community involved?
Yeah, so we definitely do our best to engage with other partners, which allows us to then bring in our volunteers as well as fellow supporters who drop off their donations of clothing, food, or hygiene and school supplies on a daily basis. And then we also have our community partners who donate to us monetarily through corporate and or local sponsorships.
Got you. Thank you. And as far as the students themselves go, you said they can come in every day to pick up the items, or is there like a limit? How do you guys keep track of all of that?
Yeah, so we are, our Betty's Boutique, which is open at our office off of Rancho and Gowan, is available to our students Monday through Friday from 1 to 4, in which they can shop for free once a month and get 10 outfits, shoes, accessories, hygiene, food, and school supplies.
Awesome. And I know we were talking a little bit before we started our interview here. You were telling me that you just came from an event.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we just wrapped up our Thanksgiving holiday meals, in which we serviced 2,000 families with providing them with a pre-cooked turkey and all the good sides in just one box for us to deliver to the schools the next day. So we wrapped it up just today with 2,000 meals going out to those around the valley, including our rural areas.
Wow, and you were dropping them off at each school, or
Yes.
was there like a...
Yeah, so we had 5 big trucks going out there delivering all around, and our school counselors and teachers and social workers were there to accept it on behalf of all the students.
All right. So talk to me, I know Project 150 150, as you mentioned, does the necessities as far as donating to the students, allowing them to shop and stuff like that.
Right.
Talk to me a little bit about your scholarship opportunity, because I know you have a scholarship recipient here who has
Yes.
received one of your scholarships. So talk to me a little bit about your scholarship.
Yes, so Ashley, along with about 47 other students, received scholarships from us this year. We were able to allocate over $125,000, and that's including UNLV's matching fund, so thank you. And then also we partner with any in-state colleges, so that's including trade schools. The students the only thing that they have to do is go on our website, project150.org, and they'll be able to see all of our scholarship information. It's required a 2.75 GPA for current college students, and then also 3.0 for high school students. So we're accepting incoming freshmen as well as current college students attending any college here.
All right. So Ashley, I'm going to turn it to you now, since you are one of their scholarship recipients. Tell me how you heard about them and how the scholarship has helped you.
So I heard about the scholarship through my boyfriend, who he applied when he was a senior in high school, but I decided to apply once I was already a college student. And so far with Millennium and FAFSA, they have tremendously helped me pay for tuition of my schooling right now, and I currently have no loans, which I'm so grateful for, and that's
awesome.
Grateful to Project 150. So I'm fortunate enough that I don't have loans, my tuition is paid for, and I can fully focus on school right now.
Awesome. That's actually a wonderful feeling. I can speak of experience from that. It's one of the big reliefs, not having loans or anything else. So how many times can a recipient, can you receive the scholarship more than once?
Definitely, yeah. So we've seen a lot of our freshmen graduate, so it's just a matter of reapplying and making sure those grades are matched to our GPA, which we match it with the Millennium. So it's once you lose a Millennium, you might be losing ours, but however, I've never seen that in the time that I've worked in that scholarship program. So, yeah.
All right. And then just lastly, where can we get all of the information? What are your socials? What are your website links?
Yeah, so you can follow us on social media with Project 150 LV, and that's on Instagram and Twitter, and now newly TikTok. And then Facebook, it's just Project 150, and our website is project150.org.
All right, Senya and Ashley, thank you so much for joining us. I do appreciate it. All right, we hinted in our last show about having more student spotlights, tossing it to our reporter, Mia Nakamura.
That's right, Anthony. And our student spotlight this month focuses on Jack Rico, the youngest UNLV graduate. Let's go see what he has to say.
Jack Rico was 11 years old when he started his college journey. Now at 15, Jack is about to be the youngest UNLV graduate.
And after a recruiting trip, I found UNLV, and I just automatically fell in love with the campus and the school. And so I came here during the fall of 2020.
Rico says he feels like he did not miss out on anything by going to college at such an early age.
I think a lot of people think that, like, I've seen some comments on the internet how I'm being forced or something. I'm not. This is all my choice. It was my choice to homeschool. It was my choice to do colleges. This was all my choice, and I'm really happy with my choice.
Although Jack is unsure what his long-term goal is for right now, he plans on taking the next semester off to focus on himself.
Jack is an inspiration, and only at 15 years old, his greatest accomplishments are only ahead of him. Back to you guys at the desk.
Back on campus, it seems like the holiday season is bringing back wins for UNLV's football team. After some hard work, the UNLV Rebels started to turn losing into winning after being winless under coach Marcus Arroyo, losing their first 8 games.
They were able to get their first win against the New Mexico Lobos with a final score of 31-17. After the first quarter, the score was tied at 7-7. But at the end of the second quarter, the Rebels took the lead, giving coach Arroyo his first win with UNLV.
The Rebels went against the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors a week later and took another win. Charles the Chuck Wagon Williams led UNLV with 38 carries for the 266 yards and 3 touchdowns. The Rebels were at the end of the first quarter, but then tied the score going into halftime. They took the lead in the third quarter and won with a final score of 27-13.
UNLV is winning more than just football games. The We Need to Talk series were honored to receive Pinnacle Award in Public Service. Our reporter Lina Ataut has more.
We Need to Talk Conversations on Racism for a More Resilient Las Vegas is a series sponsored by Urban Affairs and UNLV Libraries. Their goal is to propose steps that communities and individuals can take to create a positive impact. I'm here in the Greenspun auditorium where panelists, alumni, and students will discuss anti-Semitism. From anti-Semitism to criminal justice to education, We Need to Talk covers a series of hot topics within the Las Vegas community. Each episode features panelists who are trusted specialists in the subject and discuss different aspects of the topic. At the end of the panel, they open it up to questions from the audience.
Why You Need to Talk is really important because it focuses on different aspects of racism here in Nevada. We are a very diverse community, so a lot of people unfortunately do face racism here, and it's important to open the discussion.
Just that I'm glad the university is doing this program, but I hope that we can ensure accuracy in what they say.
UNLV TV, UNLV Urban Affairs, and UNLV Libraries were honored to receive a Pinnacle Award in Public Service for the We Need to Talk series. This panel was originally created to focus a lens on the challenges faced by those in Las Vegas's African American communities, but has since changed to include Las Vegas's myriad of diverse heritages and backgrounds. We Need to Talk is open to the public, so if you have any thoughts, concerns, or questions, you are more than welcome to join. Lena Atu, reporting for University Speaks.
If you are interested in sitting in on the panel, check the UNLV Urban Affairs Instagram for more, or use library.edu/We Need to Talk for past episodes. Trying to find some new ways to get into the holiday season? University Speaks has you covered. Home Sweet Home Alone is a spin-off movie inspired by the original 90s Home Alone movies. The film centers around a similar concept where the lead role, Max Mercer, gets left behind by his family over the Christmas holiday, but two that plan to break into his house
to retrieve a valuable item to help pay off their mortgage. Disney Plus released the film in mid-November, and many viewers have mixed reviews. It wouldn't be the holiday season without the classic carols that everyone knows all so well. So when artists cover and create new holiday music, many people are eager to listen. Pentatonics is releasing their newest holiday album titled Evergreen, promising new covers and featuring favorite holiday songs.
Kelly Clarkson released her newest Christmas album earlier this year in October, titled When Christmas Comes Around, and made plans for her NBC special performance that aired on December 1st. I don't know about you, Anthony, but I am so ready for Christmas songs.
Oh, me too. I love it. I can already hear some of them starting to come in the stores, when you're shopping.
Michael Bublé, The King, and Mariah Carey.
I don't want a lot for Christmas.
I was going to keep going, but
I was too.
Yeah, you were expecting me.
I really was. I was like, is she going to keep it? Is she going to keep it? Throughout the show, we've talked about how UNLV is giving back, but it's just as important to recognize and appreciate those actions. Reporter Mia Goodwin asked UNLV students what the nicest thing is they've ever done.
The nicest thing I've done for someone was when they were sick, I went and bought them some medicine and sort of took care of them a little bit.
The nicest thing someone's done for me is basically just listening to me when I rant and buying food for me and just comforting me.
Nicest thing I've done for someone is I had a friend who I found that was homeless, so I offered him my place to stay for a couple months.
So in time of need, my friend needed a place to stay, so I let her stay with me for actually a while, but without a second guess. I didn't think about it, and I was like, of course you could stay with me, so that'd be the nicest thing I've done for someone recently.
There was this basketball tryout, and financially, I made the team, but financially my parents couldn't support it, so they found a scholarship for me to play on that team with them, so that was a nice thing someone's done for me for sports-wise.
All right, the nicest thing anybody's ever done for me was when I was skateboarding and I broke my leg. All my friends hobbled me over to the hospital.
My friend was in a really rough place right before college, and so she lived with me for a few months, 4 months or so.
The nicest thing I've done for someone was at a music festival. This girl, she got hurt and no one else was willing to help her out and get her to the medical tent, so I stepped in and I helped carry her to the medical tent.
The nicest thing I always do for someone is give them a ride.
Okay, the nicest thing someone has done for me is probably buy me food on a bad day.
Anthony, what's the nicest thing you've done for someone?
Oh, the nicest thing. Honestly, I've bought somebody gas before. I would say that that's probably the nicest thing I've done.
Oh, wow.
What about you? What's the nicest thing you've ever done?
So, a close friend of mine, her parents kicked her out of her house and I welcomed her into my home.
That's
that's
up there. That's really nice.
But I also love when people like are in the Starbucks line and they're like, I'm gonna pay for the people in front of me.
Or when you're in the drive-thru and you find out and it just keeps going. It's like a chain.
This is a great way to end our last episode before we go on our holiday break. I didn't know about the holiday card and I'm so happy UNLV takes the season of giving to the next level.
I hope everyone has an amazing holiday surrounded by loved ones and food. I'm Anthony Ramos.
Can't forget the holiday food, Anthony. And I'm Maria Debut. See you on the new year.